After defeating Momon, Yan comes back to the mansion and he takes a break after such a long time. He sits in a couch and is reading a book and enjoying his drink. Yan can't believe that a mansion like this is the residence for a trainee soldier. He wonders that if all the nobles live in such place. It's way too different compared to that hellhole Yan lived in cavern, 178 square feet, with urinal, chair, metal chains, and cockroaches. Compared to that, a mansion is 1,000 square feet, has bed, sofa, shower room, and proper food. This privilege that Yan is enjoying is because of scoring high in the test. The result of the test are given not too long ago. At the hall, all the trainees are gathered, and an instructor comes and says, "Great job, everyone." Although the first test was put to a halt due to the sudden incident, thanks to the Crown Prince's quick response, we were able to bring the whole fiasco to an end. We were able to stop the test safely. Those who survived the test take pride in that. We'll now announce the results. Rank 1 to 10 would be top. Rank 11 to 100 would be the middle. The rest will be bottom, and accommodations will be assigned according to your results. Those who obtained good results will be able to access Imperial Vault. A vault where various weapons, treasures, and technique manuals that existed from the establishment of the Empire up till now can be found. There are hundreds of sacred swords and shelves containing technique manuals that are said to be as large as a fortress. Rank 1 to 10 can access up until the 3rd floor. Rank 100 and above can access up until the 2nd floor. The rest will only be able to access the 1st floor. After saying this, the instructor starts to announce the rankings. Roman has got the 5th rank. He subjugated most of the goblin lair that was in the mountain range. Rank 4, Cruel Dwight. He subjugated the troll lair alone. Rank 3, Kasha Everain. She took command of the trainee soldiers and defeated the orc tribes without any casualties. Rank 2, Lorena Beowulf. She defeated the golden ogre alone. Hearing this, the trainee starts to wonder who the rank 1 is. Kasha seems shocked as she thought Lorena would be number 1. But the results didn't bother Lorena as she thinks the ranking are meaningless. She thinks that rank 1 is simply a facade. As she was way too powerless in front of the real monster, she is determined to get more stronger. What a pathetic sight, Lady Lorena. You acted all big like you could protect everything. But you couldn't even protect your own number 1 spot. Cruel says this. He also says that he heard that Lorena tried to stop the Lich alone when it appeared incredible. What a role model for the nobles. But there's a strange rumor going around that you, Lorena, didn't fight the Lich. You barely survived by pleading for your life. That's not wrong, because the Lich wasn't someone I could defeat with my skills. Lorena says this and starts to walk away. While going away, Lorena thanks Cruel for being interested in rumors about her. She also advises Cruel to start paying more attention to his own results. What did you say? Lorena, you're way too nice living like this. Do you think you can fill the position of the dead Duke Beowulf, the successor of the Beowulf family? It was supposed to be my brother's position, but it belongs to no one now that he's dead. You're aiming for that position, right? That's perfect for your current situation. Oh, wait, could you have created that opportunity for yourself? If that's true, then that'd be huge news. Cruel says this. Lorena looks angrily at Cruel and asks him to guess whether he will die here. Hearing this, Cruel also gets excited and he starts to attack Lorena. At that time, somebody catch Cruel's ear and pulls it. Cruel stops immediately and he asked who dares to catch his ear. The man didn't stop, and upon hearing this, he pulls Cruel's ear so hard that he kneels down out of pain. In the meantime, the instructor announces that trainee number 974 Yan in the rank number 1. And the person who dares to tear Cruel's ear is also Yan. Hearing the announcement, everyone starts to say that how the lowest-ranked trainee gets number 1 in the test. Cruel tell Yan to quickly leave his ear, or... Hearing this, Yan gives a death glare at Cruel and asked, "What or?" Cruel lowers his gas and says that he wants to says that his ear hurts a lot. Yan then says hello to Lorena. She asked Yan that how did he get to know Cruel so well. Yan replies that they bump into each other at the mountain ranges. Yan also says that he is happy to see that Lorena didn't get any injuries. Lorena thanks Yan for this. She also thinks that what did Yan do to scare Cruel, who looks down on everybody? And she senses a power from Yan that feels like it could explode at any moment. Lorena wonders what on earth is going on. She has a lot of questions, but there is one thing that she must say right now. After that, Lorena tells Yan that Cruel has been mouthing curse words at Yan since just now. Hearing this, Yan pulls the ear harder, and Cruel begs him to stop, as what Lorena just said is a lie. Geek was awarded this accommodation for placing first on the test. He also got this book from the Imperial Vault. Back to the present, as Yan is thinking this, he suddenly looks at the ceiling and tells to come in. As he says this, the door starts to open, and a voice comes, "How did you know I was outside? Not bad. I even hid my presence." This voice is none other than the Instructor Commander. You haven't forgotten, have you? Between the two of us, there are still some things that we have to settle. The Instructor Commander comes in and says this to Yan. Yan then let the Instructor Command sit and gives him a drink. As the Commander takes a sip, Yan asked if he liked it, as he has prepared it in advance because he was expecting him. The Instructor Commander replies that it's pretty good. Even if you tried to erase your presence, there's no way the aura you give out would disappear after all. Yan says this to the Commander. Hearing this, the Commander tells Yan to stop his blatant lies. The Instructor Commander asked Yan that, what magic did he do to the Crown Prince that he seems very worried about Yan? The Crown Prince orders the Instructor Commander to pay close attention about the treatments of Yan. It was probably just a moment of curiosity from him, Yan replies. A moment of curiosity, but it's too bad. While I feel sorry towards the Crown Prince, I'm wondering if I should kill you. I just received a report. Simons County, Unit Number 52. No one was there. That came as no surprise, though. We were told that no one's been living there for years. The Instructor Commander says this Yan. Upon hearing this, Yan says that he guessed that Old Fox, the Special Forces captain, had already made a move. He thinks that he erased everything there after realizing he was being followed. Yan also tells the Instructor Commander that he will gather the proofs if he don't believe in his words. The Instructor Commander says that he don't intend to blame Yan for that because it no longer matters if he lied or not. What the Instructor Commander wants to says that Yan is no longer useful. Upon saying this, the Commander taps his feet on the ground, and from the ground, dark, sharp objects comes out and attacks Yan. This attack's name is Dark Shadow Swords. Yan successfully dodged the attack. The Instructor Commander seems shocked that Yan has dodged his surprise attack. Yan then tells him that in that case, he don't think that the Instructor Commander should kill him, as he has discovered an important piece of a puzzle. A puzzle? What's that book? Instructor Commander asked. Yan replies that this is the Block Meridians research logs. This is a book Yan took from the Imperial Vault. Although he could access up until the 3rd floor of the Imperial Vault, he chose the Special Forces Grand Library that was on the 1st floor. It's a place where all the books and research logs of every Special Forces captain were gathered. Most of the research logs were about training methods or monsters. After searching for a while, Yan found the research logs written by Special Forces. Captain Rodrigo on Blocked Meridians. Blocked Meridians. A physical constitution, where energies in the body don't circulate properly. The longer the condition persists, the weaker the energies of the body, and in numerous cases, it leads to death. The Instructor Commander takes the book in his hand and asked, "What's the problem with this? Isn't it strange that a captain would do research on this? There's no way someone in the Special Forces would have that condition. And there's something interesting about Captain Rodrigo doing research about it. There's no way he'd have blocked meridians, but what if his daughter has it? The way she lacked energy and constantly stayed home. Her symptoms are similar to having blocked meridians. The Special Forces captain had researched it to cure his daughter of it." Yan thought Capital Rodrigo had kept her hidden because her existence was his weakness, but that wasn't it. He had changed where she lived for her treatment because it wasn't easy to find a good doctor. The way Yan approached this was wrong to begin with. His daughter isn't the captain's weakness? What exactly are you trying to get at? The instructor commander asked Yan after hearing his story. Yan then says that they wouldn't be able to leash the captain with just this. But instead of just a leash, they could get his life instead. Blocked. Meridians aren't curable yet. A tremendous amount of potions are needed just to keep her stable. He won't be able to pay that huge amount of money. Yan thinks he must have ways of earning money illegally. A place where he can get illegal money easily, it's from the Special Forces. And so, if they find evidence that he stashed away funds of the Special Forces, they can easily hunt down that old fox. Hearing this, the commander shuts the book and tells Yan that everything he says is just hypothetical. Yes, it's only a hypothesis for now, but if this hypothesis is true, we can completely bury that old fox. More importantly, there's zero risk on your side. You'd always be justified in trying to chase him down because he misappropriated the funds of the Special Forces. Yan says. Hearing this, instructor commander says that it's not bad. He then throws the book to Yan and says that he has someone in the Special Forces investigation squad, so things might unfold smoothly for them. Commander also tells Yan to go and learn more about blocked meridians. Seeing this, Yan smiles as the instructor commander has gotten excited. Yan knew this would work, because every piece of information he told him today is the truth. The captain has used the funds of the Special Forces for his daughter's blocked meridian condition. Yan remembers it clearly because this caused a huge ruckus in his past life. The commander then asked Yan that why did he gave up on the 3rd floor and went to the 1st floor to look for this? He also gave up on all those weapons. Yan replies that those weapons mean nothing to him as long as he can be of help to the instructor commander. After that, the instructor commander starts to walk towards the door and tells Yan that he will give him the reward that he gave up on, and also tells Yan that he don't need to attend basic training lessons from now on. Yan asked that what did he mean by that? The instructor commander then looks at Yan, says, "Number 974, I'll take you in as my apprentice." Hearing this, Yan smiles as he has become the apprentice of the instructor commander. While leaving the instructor, commander tells Yan that he has taken quite a liking to him, as he is on a completely different level from the previous toys he had. This is the perfect opportunity for Yan to get close to the instructor commander. Yan then tells the instructor commander that someone like him could never dream of being his apprentice. That's too much for him. What? Wait, I just said you're pretty good, though? Didn't you also succeed in ambushing me? The instructor commander tells this to Yan. Yan replies that but in the end, he got caught. He further says that he is worried that someone as lacking as him would taint the instructor commander's reputation. Upon hearing this, instructor commander shouts, "Quite!" and says, "You're my new I've decided that you'll be my new apprentice. That's decided, prepare for it." Saying this, he immediately left the room. As he leaves, Yan seems in a chill mood as he has made the instructor commander impatient. Yan then takes out his watch, and while looking at it, he thinks that he has finally have the change to get closer to the instructor commander. And there is a change for Yan to find out about the insignia and his family's secret. Scene changes, and we can see that at the 3rd arena, which is a personal training ground that's made available to executives. Not even the trainees of noble status have access to this, but Yan is the only one training there. He has built up some muscles while training. After a while of training, Yan thinks to take a rest. Yan can feel his body adapting to fit the mana heart, but the speed of the change is still too slow. But he needs to train as per his internal energy for the time being. Yan is able to use this place, thanks to the instructor commander. There were varied responses when people knew of this benefit that was given to me by the instructor commander. Roman gets angry and says if he became the dog of the instructor commander. Kasha seems interested in Jan and secretly wants to be friends with him. And lastly, Lorena, who began to stalk Jan even more. While it looks like the instructor commander was touched by the fact that Jan chose to go to the first floor for his sake, but this book is just a bait. The real thing is something else. The book that Jan really wanted to get was The Birth of the Empire. Although it looks like a normal history book, it's a book that would cause an uproar in the future when people find out that it was written by the founding emperor, although Jan now have a mana heart, but he is still unable to perfectly use the divine dragon's breathing. The divine dragon's breathing was the product of the founding emperor, Bahamut and Momon. In order to perfectly use the divine dragon's breathing, both of them are needed. Right now, Jan need the knowledge of the founding emperor. Come to think of it, Momon is quite pitiful. He got his ultimate technique stolen before he got killed. It's no wonder he became a vengeful lich. Jan opens the book in a thought that he will be able to find any hint about the divine dragon's breathing. But as he opens, he gets shocked as the book is empty. He searches all the pages of the book, but all the pages are blank. Jan gets tensed and starts to think that if all the rumors of his past life is fatal. He also thinks that as the emperor killed Momon to get monopoly for this breathing, so there is no way he would leave the technique so easily. While Jan is deep in his through at that time, a black hand appears above his head. Jan sensed it as he quickly looks around, but he didn't find anyone or sees anything. Jan then leaves the book and goes back to his training. He starts to train his shadow slash. He uses the technique and slashes the pillar. Jan tried to cut the pillar in half, but he is still too weak for that, and he still can't do it as well as the instructor commander. While Jan is training, he hears a laughing sound, and that sound tells Jan that he is a fool. Jan noticed the sound and gets that it's coming from behind a pillar. The sound also tells Jan that he will never be able to solve the secret of the book. Jan tells to show himself. After that, we can see Momon comes from behind the pillar and says, "Long time no see, foolish brat." "Momon, how are you here? You survived despite taking that hit," Jan asked. Cuckoo. I learned something through that incident. If I ignore something just because it's a mere insect, it'll still turn into a pain in the butt, especially child like you. You have to pass on sight. Saying this, Momon rushed to attack Jan. As Momon rushed, his robe gets slid away as his appearance is reviled. Momon looks like a boy with long white hairs. Jan thinks that his eyes are deceiving him. The lich. Momon is actually a woman. As the lich attacks, she passes through Jan. She again tries to attack, but this time also she passes through. But of them gets shocked seeing this phenomenon. Jan thinks if she is a spirit or just he is imagining things. During the process of the life vessel turning into a mana heart, did Momon become a part of my thoughts then? Jan wonders, as Momon has no real body, so she can't harm Jan. But the noise she is making is irritating Jan. Jan then lets Momon. That why is she wandering like a soul? She should have died properly. As Jan says this, the appearance of Momon changes again. She turns more mature, magic scholar. Momon, due to the influence of Jan's mana heart, she returned to her human form. Did you think I'd disappear just like that? Now that I'm back, I'll kill every single one of you. Not only you, but also the bloodline of Bahamut in this darn country. Momon says this after gaining her human form. She then gives an angry look and says that she will torture all of those who betrayed her until they beg her to kill them. While Momon is saying, then Jan interprets her and says that she is becoming small again. Momon replies that it can't be helped as this size is mana efficient. Jan then asked her that how can she take revenge in that form as she looks like a gimmicky plastic surgery advertisement. That's how everyone looks like once you take a good look inside of them. And this is all your fault. I'm currently receiving mana from your mana heart to maintain this form as a part of your thoughts. I'm unable to turn into a proper cognitive form because your magic power is too weak. Why the hell do you have so little mana when you have consumed that many potions? Even a neighborhood dog would have done better than you. Momon says this to Jan. Jan tells her to stop as she has been too harsh on him. Jan then thinks that now Momon will not be a threat to him. Jan, I can sense a faint amount of his mana going to her. The fact that there's a pathway between the two of them means that Momon can also affect Jan. She's the best magic scholar. If she starts to affect Jan by using mana, Jan would be left helpless. After thinking all of this, Jan takes his book and starts to leave. He says goodbye to Momon and tells her to roam the world before disappearing. Momon hears this and shouts bullshit and says that how can a boy who has such low mana adaptability wants to get rid of a cognitive form like her. Hearing this, Jan says, I just need to cut off your food source. You're basically living off my mana heart. If I reduce the mana supply from my mana heart, will you be able to maintain your cognitive form? Disappear now, Momon. Your era has long ended. Momon grinds her teeth out of anger as she has gone through many things to survive, and she don't want to disappear like this. Momon then tells Jan that if she disappears, how will he be able to know the secret of Bahamut's book? Hearing this, Jan decides to keep her alive. After that, Momon tells Jan to open the book and cut his hand and put his blood on the book. Jan does according to Momon's teachings. As Jan does this, Momon infuses a little bit of mana into the book. As the mana gets into the book, the blood starts to take shape and turns into words. The blood makes two words, light and darkness. Seeing this, Jan gets confused, so he asked Momon that what is the meaning of this. Momon says that she didn't know, as this book was solely written by Bahamut. Jan also gets it, but as Jan stares at the letters, the word starts to come out the book and floats in the mid-air. The floating words are rearranging them to make new sentences. After the sentences are constructed, they attach to Jan's body. The sentences starts to travel to the mana heart and passes from there and gathers at the abdomen and starts to form a new mana heart. At that time, Jan hears Momon's calling and he came back to his senses. Jan drops the book and starts to think if all this that just happened is an illusion, but the feeling is so teak that it doesn't look like an illusion. Jan then wonders that what kind of incredible secret did Bahamut stash away? Jan didn't unravel this secret to Momon, as he thinks it'll probably be dangerous. Jan thinks to make use of Momon. Jan then starts to walk away and tells Momon to follow him. Jan tells her that they need to find a solution to get a new body for Momon. Hearing this, Momon gets happy and says that she didn't think that Jan has such a nice heart. Jan tells her not to butter him as this will be of no use. He also warns her not to do anything strange. Momon replies, of course, and behind Jan she revels her monstrous face and thinks that once she has enough mana she will get rid of Jan. Jan then turns at her. Momon quickly changes her face and starts to whistle. Jan then says that he will just get rid of her as he don't feel good. Hearing this, Momon starts to sweet-coat her words and tells Jan that they are one. So what's the worry? Later on, we can see a giant, abandoned colossal. The colossal is deep in the forest, surrounded by long trees. The walls are cracked and has moss grown on them. It's evening time, and Jan is there fighting. He is using lots of different moves, and it seems his muscles has gotten bigger again. He uses different types of punches and kicks, but in the end, none of them are useful against his opponent, because his opponent is none other than the famous Instructor commander. Jan again rushed to attack him, but the Instructor commander is standing still. As Jan gets closer, some black reddish liquid-like thing gets out of the Instructor commander's feet. The Instructor commander then raises his hand, and the black liquid gets up and takes the shape of a sword. The Instructor holds the sword in his hand and swings it towards Jan. Seeing this, Jan quickly crosses his hands to defend himself. Due to the swing, a slash of black mana moved towards Yan. The structures behind Yan gets cut into half. After a bit of silence, a huge explosion occurs, and a bright light covers the whole area. After things settle down, we can see thousands of tress gets cut in half, and the cuts are extremely precise. Seeing Yan still alive, the instructor commander laughs and says that it's amazing, although he did use a little bit of his strength, but he didn't try to kill Yan, and to think that Yan is still breathing is quite amazing for him. Yan flew away and he gets stuck on a tree upside down. Yan then tells his master to stop trying to kill him when they are sparring, and at least teach him how to defend this attack. You focused the enhanced protection energy solely into your arm to withstand the attack and used centrifugal force to deflect the attack, the instructor commander asked. Yan replies yes and says that although he tried to deflect the attack, but in the end, he was the only one who gets deflected. The things Yan learned from the details that he read in the Found Emperor's book helped him. As if it weren't for that book, only his lower body would be left, like what happened to the trees. While Yan is getting up, Momon appears and says that the instructor knows how to control the black dragon pretty well. Momon also asked Yan that who is this man. Yan replies that he is instructor commander of the Special Forces Training Center. Momon says that the man's energy is quite familiar to him. That's normal since he's the current emperor's illegitimate son. He's a descendant of the founding emperor, Yan says. Hearing this, Momon gets angry and says that she won't let him off easily. Saying this, Momon rushed to attack the instructor, but as she is a spirit, her attacks didn't even touch the instructor's body. The instructor commander then tells Yan that the sword technique he just saw was one of the Black Shadow Art's first techniques, Dread Slash, and no trainee has seen the second technique yet. Do you know why? Because all of them died after seeing the first, in an utterly boring manner. Trainee Soldier, number 974. No, my apprentice, Yan. I truly wonder how many techniques you can last against. Hearing this, Yan smiles and says that, I don't know how many techniques there are, but I hope there's a lot of them. If I learn one technique each day, then I'll need 365 techniques to exist. The instructor tells Yan that it's nice to hear his cockily talk, and tells him that even if he learns one technique a day, it will still take him decades to learn all. Hearing this, Yan tells the instructor that there's no need for him to worry about the number of techniques he will need to show him. And from now on, he will only need to worry about what happens after he has shown it all to him. After that, the training session begins. The instructor beats Yan, and Yan also learns more every day. Yan manifested a black dagger on his hand and rushed with it to attack his master. Yan trained under the instructor commander. Every day and time passed just like that. It'd been 2 years that Yan has been training with the instructor commander. After 2 years, we can see all the trainees are gathered at the hall, and the combined ranking for this time's test is given to everyone. The top 50 trainees' names are put on the hall. This time also Yan is first, Lorena Beowulf is second, and Cruel Dwight is third. Everyone has grown taller and bigger. Lorena can't accept the results. After that day, Yan disappeared. He didn't even attend any training with them, and now he keeps getting number 1. Yan, just what kind of training have you been doing alone? Lorena wonders. After that day, Lorena didn't meet with Yan. She is frustrated and trains hard daily. She goes to dungeons and slays countless monsters, with the strong determination that on the next test, she will definitely beat Yan. Later, 2 more tests passed by, and Lorena couldn't get the first ranking from Yan. She deliberately pushed herself to Terran harder. She went to high-ranking dungeons and slays the boss monsters. Now she is on a level where she can easily kill an A-rank monster. Time passed by, and now, the last test for the trainees is conducting in the 3rd arena. The last test is to fight an instructor. This is an important test that decides who will join the Special Forces, depending on the performance they shown in the fight. Current Cruel is fight, and the others are watching the fight. Among them, Lorena is also there. To her, this test is just a formality and nothing else, as most of the high-ranked soldiers have already easily surpassed the instructors. Since a year ago, there haven't been any instructor that are of match with her, but if she don't participate in this test, she can't join the special forces. That means all trainee soldiers must attend this. Lorena is looking forward to see Yan. She wants to see that how much strong Yan has gotten in the last 4 years. While the instructor is fighting with Cruel, the instructor gets exhausted and tells Cruel that the test will stop here and tells Cruel to go back to his seat as his evaluation is over. Even after hearing this, Cruel didn't stop and attacks the instructor. Cruel has gotten taller and he has turned more evil. He didn't want to stop the fight and tells the instructor that this is a fight and he can't stop it just because he is afraid and wants to run away. Saying this, Cruel attacks the instructor's arms and leg and cuts them with his sharp nails. Lorena is seeing this silently. At that time, Roman and Kasha comes there and says Cruel has been acting like an asshole, and after he surpassed the instructors, he acts like he owns the whole world. Roman has bulked up and is the 4th rank holder, that poor instructor. He was unlucky enough to get paired with Cruel Roman. Go and help him. He's so pitiful. Kasha, who is the 5th ranked, says this. Hearing this, Roman says that the instructors also killed so many trainee soldiers, so they are just reaping that they sow. Kasha starts to test Roman that he is just saying this because he is scared to fight with Cruel. Lorena is standing still and thinks that Cruel always had a nasty personality, but now he has went crazy. He also recently killed the instructor that was appointed to Terran them. Seeing the hopeless instructor, the others starts to says that Y-on-1 is helping him. Some replies that Cruel is a crazy dog with a super rich family, and now, as they all will be graduating soon, no one wants to get in a scandal with the Dwight family. Cruel now breaks the sword of the instructor, and the instructor fall on the ground. Cruel rushed towards the instructor to kill him. At that time, Lorena uses her powers and creates ice spikes and makes some gap between Cruel and the instructor. Lorena gets on the arena and unsheath her sword and tells Cruel that she don't want to cause a scandal, but it's hard to overlook his behavior. Lorena then tells Cruel that she will make sure that there will be no scandals involving the Dwight family by not allowing Cruel to make a single sound. While saying this, she uses the Beowulf Supreme Technique Ice Sword. Seeing Lorena, Cruel gets crazy and laughs like a madman and says that he always wants to teach her a lesson before their graduation, but he didn't thought that an opportunity like this will appear in front on him. Lorena feels immense bloodlust coming from Cruel. Cruel gives a deadly smile and says that he will make her the last test of his life. After that, the other instructor takes the beaten and scared instructor out of the arena. Lorena then tells Cruel that he has always chosen to pick on easy targets. How about fighting someone stronger than him for once? Hearing this, Cruel gives a sinister laugh and says that Lorena is acting all superior like usual. As he is saying, Lorena can feel that the death energy that is coming from Cruel is getting stronger. Cruel then tells Lorena that he will wipe that haughty face of hers with the humiliation he is about to give her, and he will become the last test of her life. Saying this, the both of them jumped at each out and clashes. Lorena attacks with her sword while Cruel is using his hands. Lorena tells Cruel that if he needs a sword, it's not too late to go and pick one. Cruel replies that he only needs his hands to defeat someone like her. The battle becomes fierce. The two of them are going neck to neck. Roman and Kasha is seeing this battle from the side. Roman then says that although it's by a little, Lorena is taking the lead. In 30 moves, Cruel will find it hard to catch up. Kasha says that she hopes that's the case, because the strange energy that Cruel is exuding, that's not the dark shadow arts of the special forces. It's also not the ultimate technique of the Dwight family. If he uses that, and unlike Lorena, Cruel really wants to kill his opponent. Hearing this, Roman looks at her and rubs her head and tells her that what would someone who came in the 5th place know? What did you say? You also could only secure third in rank, too. Kasha says this. Don't you know that the third rank and above are basically peerless? Roman says. Kasha replies that she didn't care about the ranking that much because she has other priorities other than the rankings. I know what your priorities were. You created a personal organization of commoners and countryside nobles, a total of 80 of them, right? Although I'd say they're more like an idle fan club rather than a personal organization. You must have been quite busy trying to recruit those nobles. Roman says this to Kasha. Upon hearing this, Kasha tells Roman that wasn't he was also busy himself. Roman also gathered trainees who were either slaves or from foreign lands. He created an organization that's basically an army. Listening to this, Roman gets a bit angry and tells Kasha that she is way too interested in others' affairs. Kasha smiles and says that she can says that same about him. A battle is about to break between them, but hopefully they stops after hearing Cruel's scream. Lorena beats Cruel and holds the sword on his neck. I think this fight is over. Want to continue? If you always act up because you think you're strong, you'll eventually end up in this state. If you learn to be humble, you won't need to be humiliated. Understood? Lorena says this to Cruel in a strict tone. Cruel is about to surrender, but at that time, and Shadows comes out of Cruel and says, You're going to let yourself lose again? Poor Cruel, you're always losing and letting people take things away from you. Forever losing Sing and getting things taken away. You'll keep losing and getting things taken away. If you fight and kill everyone, nothing will be taken from you. Remember once again, everything was yours. The mansion, the position of the successor within your family, your father's love. You're so pitiful, Cruel, kill everyone. Nothing will be taken from you. The mansion, the successor. Position and your father's love would still be yours. All of it would still be yours. As Cruel hears this, he comes in the control of the demon, and his desire for killing spikes up. His eyes turns blood red. Cruel then put his head up and starts to push himself and gets stabbed by Lorena's sword. Lorena gets confused and asked Cruel that what the hell is he doing? While pushing his neck further, Cruel says that there are people who would rather die than losing. Seeing this, Lorena quickly pulls out her sword and tells Cruel that if he has gone crazy, intending to kill himself. As Lorena takes away her sword, Cruel rushed towards her, saying that he knew that Lorena don't have the resolve to kill. Cruel then attacks her and sends her flying. As Cruel caught her off guard, Lorena couldn't defend herself and gets injured. As Lorena is defenseless, Cruel sees this and rushed to kill her. But the attempt of Cruel is stopped by a black wolf. Everyone gets shocked to see that this black wolf is Yan's. Yan comes and caught Lorena before she falls on the ground. Yan then calls his black wolf and looks at Cruel with his dreadful eyes. After seeing Yan, Cruel laughs and says that he is really lucky today, because at first he gets to teach Lorena a lesson, and now he will be able to teach Yan a lesson too. Yan first puts Lorena on the ground and tells her to rest beside the black wolf. Now as Yan stands in front of Cruel, he tells Yan that B has grew closer to a mutt, and asked Yan if he has learned a few circus tricks during the past years. Yan also tells Cruel that he hasn't changed a bit after all this years. In the meantime, Momon get out and says it's pretty interesting. She tells Yan that Cruel has been eaten by the demonic energy. Yan says that he already knows that. Momon tells Yan that it's progressed quite a bit, and it'd be best to deal with him now. Otherwise, he'll fall and become a demonic human soon. As Momon is saying this, Cruel rushed to attack Yan, saying that what is he doing, mumbling to himself. Yan is calm, and he tells Cruel that he is thinking about his future. And the two of them, about to clash at that time, the instructor commander comes and tells everyone to be silent. The commander tells Yan that he appeared out of nowhere after 2 years and have gotten even more arrogant. He tells every to wrap things up as he is going to make the final announcement. As Cruel and Jan is still on the arena, the instructor commander give a frightening look and tells them to move quickly, as it'd be such a waste to die on the last day of the training. After that, everyone settled down and all the trainees line up in the arena. The instructors also line up beside the instructor commander. The instructor commander then strats his speech. First of all, he congratulates everyone for surviving until now. He says that this batch starts with a total of 1,000 trainees, but now only 200 tarnees are left, and this is a decent result. He also says that their strength and skills take up 50% of the final evaluation, and mana estimation will take up 50%. The final results will depend on what he has just mentioned, and they are no longer trainees anymore, so they have earned the right to be called something else other than their trainee number. They also have earned the right to be a Knight of the Empire. Empire. Knights are people who are able to control mana. There are a total of 10 ranks to measure how strong the knights are within the Empire. Rank 10, a knight who has learned how to use mana. Rank 9, a knight who possesses an energy core or circle. Rank 8, a knight who is able to resonate with their sword's name. Rank 7, a knight who is able to manifest energy onto items. Rank 6, a knight who is able to imbue energy onto a sword or their body. After the evaluation is done, and it's time for the results. As usual, Jan is at top, and his knight rank is 5. The scene changes, and we can see that Jan is walking through the upper-ranked trainees' accommodation hallway. It'd been 2 years since Jan has a decent accommodation. As he is walking, Momon asked Jan that what is this knight rank? Jan says that she don't know about this because this knight rank don't exist 1,000 years ago. Jan then tells Momon that the knight rank is basically a rank given to a knight like the mana circles. Most of the trainees would get rank 7 to 8. Even though the rank doesn't look high, they're at a level where they're capable of taking out most demi-human monsters. The 4 elites are ranked 6. There are very few people within the training center who can defeat the 4 of them to become rank 6. At their age means they're elites among the elites. As Jan is telling this to Momo at that time, Lorena comes to him and says that he has changed a lot in this 2 years. Jan tells her that she has also changed a lot, and she tells her that she should seek proper treatment for her injuries. Lorena asked Jan that if the reason he saved her in the match between Cruel and her is because he thinks that she would lose to Cruel. "What are you saying?" Jan asked. Lorena gets angry, and he looks at Jan and tells him not to. Thinks that he has won just because his rank is 5, because a rank is just a rank, and it can't portray the full strength of the person. Empire. Knight rank 5, people who are about to attain enhanced sword aura, the dream of knights. Although there are some rank 5 knights within the Empire, the only person who's achieved rank 5. At the age of 17 is the current crown prince, Leon. Lorena then leaves, tells Jan that he looks ugly in this long hairs. Jan is puzzled as he don't know why she is so angry. As Lorena walks, she felt ashamed of her behavior. She remembers the memory of her older brother, who has also achieved the rank 5, but due to Prince Leon, he didn't receive the title of being the youngest rank 5 in the Empire. But there is the thing that she didn't want to acknowledge, that Jan is better than her brother. After that, as Jan is walking to his room, Momon tells him that she didn't thought that being ranked 5 would be such a great deal. She then asked Jan that why he is hiding his real strength, and if he showed his real strength, he would get rank 4. Showing only this much is perfect for now. It's enough to get moths gathering around me like how they're attracted to flame. Jan says this to Momon. The scene shifts, and we can see the instructor commander is walking along the other instructor. The instructor tells him that because of Jan, the other trainees would be discouraged. The instructor commander says that Jan has exceeded his expectations, especially the Black Wolf. He never taught Jan anything about this. He himself modified the Black Shadow sword art and created the Black Wolf. The other instructor then tells him that he is favoring Jan too much, and if this continues, the order of the training center will disrupt. Senior instructor Zach. I guess you have become fearless, now that you have become a senior instructor. Since. When have you gotten the right to tell me what your personal opinions are? The instructor commander says this while giving a deadly look. Senior instructor Zach asked for forgiveness. The instructor commander then takes his leave while telling Zach to take care of the rest. As the instructor commander leaves, Zach's team comes, and Zach says that it's time to deal with Jan. After that, we can see Jan in his huge room, sleeping peacefully in this king-size bed. As Jan is sleeping quietly at that time, Momon get over him with the intention of taking over his body. Momon has been gathering strength for the past 2 years, so that when she gets Jan off guard, she can take over his body. Momon gives a deadly look and uses her magic to brainwash Jan. She uses Mind Breaker spell. She slowly guides her mana towards Jan's brain. She thinks that by the time Jan opens his eyes, she will take this body. But unfortunately for her, Jan noticed it and opens his eyes and says, "Come down." He tells this to his black wolf. As Momon was casting her magic on Jan, the black wolf gets behind Momon and is about to bite her head. Seeing Jan, Momon tries to trick him, saying that she was just seeing if his mana circuit is okay or not. Jan shouts and tells her to stop that bullshit, and he warns her that if she tries this kind of things again, he will trun her into dust. Momon nags and says that she had to do this because Jan is delaying to get her new body. While the two of them are talking at that time, somebody knocks on the gate and asks if Trainee Jan is inside. Jan gets out of the bed and starts to walk towards the gate, thinking that who would come to him so late at night. As Jan opens the door, we can see senior instructor Zach. Zach tells Jan that the instructor commander is looking for him. He tells Jan to be quick and follow him. After that, Jan walks behind the Zach, and they comes in the Special Forces Freedom Shopping Street alleyway. As it's nighttime, the street is empty, and there is a strange silence. Jan and Zach is walking. Jan asks Zach that as the test is already over, so why the instructor commander is looking for him so late at night. Zach is staying silent and is walking quickly. Jan asked him that why the instructor commander asked him to meet in such a silent place. He then asked if is it really true that the instructor is looking for him. Hearing this, Zach stops and he draws the hidden weapon from his hand. Sliffs. Zach attacks Jan with the dagger and says that he is quite smart. As Zach turns to attack, he gets shocked to see that Jan is not there. Using his agility skills, Jan gets behind Zach and says that he is fast too. Jan then attacks the instructor and sends him flying with his 1-inch Dark Soul 7th form punch. Zach lands and his mask gets out of his face. Zach gives an angry look and asks Jan if he already knew about this. How could I not, when you guys exude such intense killing intent? Guess you guys are not that well trained in covert training yet, Jan says. Jan then looks at Zach and noticed the crimson-colored sword energy that is coming out of his dagger. The only people capable of using that sword energy are rebels. Jan then asked, "You're a senior instructor, right? Does the instructor commander know about what you're doing? This isn't what a senior instructor should be doing. Are you sure you can handle the consequences of this?" Zach hears this and calls Jan a bastard. Zach tells Jan that if he thinks that he is such an amazing guy just because he is ranked 5 knight, and if that arrogance of his is coming from because he has done well in the tests. Zach then calls his subordinates and says that he wants to see how long his arrogance stays. Jan looks at all the people and says that they won't be able to beat him with his few people. Later we can see that Jan is defeated and he has been caught by the instructors. Momon asked Jan why didn't he fought back and just let him caught by them. Jan tells Momon to shut up and watch what happens. The instructors put Jan in the middle and surrounds him. Jan begs them to at least tell him what the reason behind doing all of this. The other instructors tells Zach they should kill him quickly, and there is no need to hear his last words. Jan requests Zach to tell him the reason, so that after death he can reflect on that. Zach then speaks up and asks Jan that if he remembers what happened 2 years ago. Jan asked, "What happened? You led some trainees and escaped from the special forces. A lot of instructors were mobilized to capture you and the other escapees, and everyone was killed by you. My brother was among them. You probably don't even remember it, killing the squad leader of the 3rd Pursuit Squad. My brother, I won't forget how my brother lost his life because of a vermin like you. I still remember how his corpse looked. It looked like he was in great pain, the expression that he made. I've been waiting so long for this day. I'll kill you today and appease my brother's soul. Go to the afterlife and ask my brother for forgiveness." Zack tells this to Jan and tries to kill him. As Zack is about to attack, Jan calls his wolf and uses the Black Shadow Sword Art 1 Materialization Back Wolf. He cuts the hand of the instructor, Zack. Jan tells sorry to Zack for what happened to his brother. And as that, they both fought to survive, and Jan won, so there is no place for grudges to exist here. Jan tells Zack they were the guy to taught them this, and said that he didn't believe that so Mang instructors come here for this personal grudge. Zack hold his cut of hand and asked Jan that what nonsense he is spouting. Jan then looks fiercely at them and asked if they are rebels. Zack was from Armenia. They had a revolt that shook up the whole continent, even though it still ended in a failure. There was a group of people that led numerous rebels, so they rallied all sorts of rebels and called themselves the Revolutionary Army, the Crimson Revolutionaries. The name originated from the sword aura that they used, the Crimson Revolution. Their swords are always bloody, and they use their own blood to create a dark red sword aura. The battles of the Crimson Revolutionaries always ended in a bloodbath. The Crimson Revolution was known to be an artistic skill that was passed down when the leader of the Crimson Revolutionaries founded it. If a knight on his level had used it, they could have made it even more destructive. But there was a downside, which was that it consumed blood. In order to overcome this downside, the Crimson Revolutionaries absorbed blood. Jan tells the rebels that he actually wanted to meet them, but they have saved his time by coming here BH their own. Jan then asks them that if the instructor commander is the one giving them orders, or is it someone else from the special forces. "Brat, I don't know how you found that out, but the moment you mention the revolutionary, you can forget about dying easily." Zack says this while boiling in anger. Zack commands his men to begin the Crimson Revolution. Hearing this, 2 men steps forward, pointing their sword at Jan and releases the crimson-colored sword energy. Jan gets surrounded, and the rebels' men attacks him from both front and back. Jan determines that the level of this Crimson Revolution Knights is rank 5. Now Jan gets serious, and he calls the Black Wolf, and the wolf gets attached to his arm, turning into a sword. Jan then uses the Black Shadow Sword Art Dread Slash. Zack sees this and gets astonished that at such a young age, Jan has reached the level where he can use the instructor commander's Dread Slash skill. Jan covers his sword with a pitch-black awar and slashes vertically. As soon as he slashed, the whole area gets covered in this pitch-black aura. The awar was so intense that it reaches the sky. Zack gets flying away and hits a wall. He is sitting down and is speechless to see what just happened. Jan just swings his sword once and all the rebels expect Zack is torn into pieces. As Jan stands in front on Zack, that Jan is the real monster. Zack asked Jan that what is he? Is he the spy planted by the Empire? Zack also asked that how did he find about them, and if the instructor commander also knew about them. Jan steps on Zack's injured leg and tells him that he is the one who will be asking the questions. Jan reached his pocket and starts to take out his pendant. He tells Zack not to worry, and he mighty spare his life if he gets a satisfactory answer. Jan opens the pendant and asks Zack if he has seen or know anything about this insignia. Zack sees the insignia and gets shocked. He asks that, what is this insignia doing in such a pendant? What's this insignia? Does it represent a family or a guild? How is it related to the instructor commander? Does anyone else wear this insignia too? Jan asked Zack while grabbing his collar. Zack looks at Jan and asked why someone like him have that? As Zack is saying something about the insignia, bump starts to occur in his face. Yan asked. That is happening to his face. As Zack is about to say something, his face gets bloated, and after that, his face just explodes. Yan wonders if Zack committed suicide. Momon gets out and says no. She further tells that there was restriction placed on him via magic, and he probably had no idea as well. Yan asked, "What's that? Energy and blood that would be triggered when a certain word is mentioned or a certain action is done, it'd explode and kill the one it's placed on. I don't know who was behind it, but he's very meticulous about security. Just so you know, what I tried to cast on you was also a type of restriction." Momon says this to Yan. From this incident, Yan finds something that not only does the instructor commander carry the same insignia, but it's also related to the rebels. Yan's parents are also involved. He's starting to get a bad feeling about this. Yan then turns around and starts to walk. He is going to instructor commander to report this. "You're going to find him after killing all his subordinates? You sure he's not the one who sent them?" Momon says. Yan tells that probably the instructor commander sent them, but Yan probably wasn't the one that the instructor commander wanted to kill. In the meantime, the instructor commander arrives, and he is silently standing behind Yan. Yan noticed it and asked him that if he sent them to him so that he can kill them. Natch. Why would I? No teacher would ask their own subordinates. Zack had seen talking back lately. So, I thought he needed to be taught a lesson. The instructor commander says this. He also tells Yan no need to report, he can go back now, as the real mission will start tomorrow, so he should rest up. As with his current level, his hands would be full with whatever's upcoming. Then the next day, we can see the Continental train heading towards northern Bachauaf territory. Inside the Tarin, everything is normal. The ticket checker is watching that, if all the passenger has their ticket. Yan is also in that train. The ticket checker comes to him and asked for the ticket. Yan takes the ticket from his pocket and shows it to him. The man sees this and says that everything is okay and tells him to enjoy the journey. As the train is moving, Yan wonders that as now the tests are over, so they are sending him on a leisure train trip. Yan is moving to the north for a mission. The trainees that survived the tests have become official Special Forces members and were deployed for their first missions immediately. They were deployed into 4 battlefields. With the Empire as the center, they were sent north, south, east, and west. That's basically the whole continent. They asked people to choose which area they wanted to go to, and they were assigned their missions there. The East, which shares a border with the land of undead and wraiths. Kasha and 80+ of her followers went there. The West, where strange phenomena and monsters appear. Roman and 50+ people under him were deployed there. The stormy South, where pirates and tornadoes appear. Plus members that belong to the higher ranks were deployed there. The harsh North, where the lands are frozen and the borders are shared with the barbarians' territory. The training center's #1 trainee, Yan, and 3 other members were deployed there. Only a very small number of people volunteered for the North. It's because the cold there is said to be able to freeze even dragons. Yan wanted to come here alone, but as 3 other trainees volunteered, so he has to come as a group of 4. The 3 other trainees are rank 6 Knight Cruel and Lorena, and 1 rank 8 Knight Shirley. Cruel asked Lorena that if she followed him here so that she can take revenge. Lorena stays silent and just ignored him. Shirley tells Cruel to shut up and says that probably Miss Lorena also thinks so. Cruel looks at her and asked who is she, that she is acting like her maid. Shirley says that she has been working with Lorena ever since Blade Mountain Ranges. After Lorena saved her that day, she decided that she will go where she goes. No one has ever stepped in like that for her before. Shirley then tells Cruel that he should keep his smelly mouth shut. Cruel gets angry and asked if she had a dead wish. The 2 of them starts quarreling. Yan feels annoyed and says that his trip will not be a quiet one. The reason that Cruel decided to go to the north is because of Yan. Cruel wants to kill Yan in this trip. He hated the sight of Yan from the very first of their meeting. Yan always humiliated him, and as he can't kill Yan inside the training ground, so Cruel decides that he will surely kill him in this trip. As Cruel holds his dagger, Yan noticed it. He gives dreadful look at Cruel and asked, how many hits does he want? Cruel gets scared and he says 1. Yan then punched Cruel. Lorena is sitting quietly in her own thoughts. She didn't thought that she would go back to his hometown so soon. The head of the Lorena's family scolds her and warns her that if she takes her bother name one more time, they will exile her from the family. Hearing this, Lorena didn't look back and left her family territory. But even after she left the family, she didn't find any news about her brother. So she don't want to go back like this. Yan sees Lorena's gloomy face and gets that she is not happy going to her hometown. But Yan looks at her and smiles, thinking that she will soon hear some shocking news that will even make her surprise. After that, Yan looks back as see that the Imperial Advisor is in this train. The assistant of the advisor is convincing him to go back, or else the Crown Prince will be very disappointed. The advisor tells him that the teaching of the Crown Prince is complete and he has nothing more to teach him. The reason that Yan chose to come to North is because of the Imperial Advisor Hugo. Hugo is the teacher of the Emperor and the Crown Prince, the person known as the brains of the Empire. Although he was a commoner who knew no magic or martial arts, he became a respected great person of the Empire with just academics and philosophy. Even the Emperor recognized that and bestowed the title of a count to him who was a commoner. Even in Yan's past life, Hugo was magnificent even in his last moments, befitting of his title. Hugo once goes to the Emperor and says, "Don't you know that the territory would be a living hell if the local lord doesn't understand the pain of the commoners? Please open your eyes." The reason the rebels can even call themselves a revolutionary army is because you've abandoned your people. Do you really not see that? Where did the wise and intelligent ruler you once were go? You mustn't become a ruler who is drunk on useless power by ignoring your people, who are the true strength of a ruler. Your Majesty, the Imperial Advisor kept advising the Emperor while bleeding and crying for 3 days and nights. The Emperor rewarded his loyalty by giving him death. But that'll only happen way later in the future. Not now. After a while, a train employee approaches Hugo and asked him that they have prepared a VIP room for him, and if he wants, he can come with them to that room. Hugo agrees to go. The employees are guiding Hugo to that room. As they are going, the employees show some kind of hand signs to their subordinates. Yan reads their hand sign. The hand sign says that the train will enter a tunnel, and when it enter, there they will assassinate Hugo, the Imperial Advisor. Yan sees this and says that he is waiting for this.